Alright, you know the drill by now. BBC Radio Derby, my best mates essentially at this point. The only people I talk to at this point. Have asked me to come on again to talk about all things YouTube tonight. I'll also show you a bit more of the behind the scenes of what goes on behind the scenes while songs are playing, what negotiations are going on, and what it's like to actually do a radio interview. So, hopefully you enjoy the interview, and there's plenty more where this came from, so check out that playlist up there if you want to see any more.
Hey up, Aidan, you alright?
Hello!
Oh, you're sounding loud and clear. That is fantastic. I might even just have to turn you down a tad. It's that clear.
No worries.
No worries, that's fine. Is it just the YouTube that you normally come on and do?
Yes, I've done a few other things in the past, but it's mainly the YouTube review, yeah. Happy to do other things as well, you know. I'm a multifaceted person, if you need it.
I just think, because Martin's not here, because it's his baby, I wouldn't want to do anything and then he'd come back.
That's all right.
He'll only tell me off. I will put you through to Jen now. I don't think she'll come to you straight away, mate, so you might listen to a bit of music in the background, but she'll be with you in about, 3, 4, 5 minutes.
All right, great stuff. Thank you.
Cheers, Aidan.
Hi Aidan, how are you?
Hi Jen, nice to meet you.
You too. Martin's taking 2 weeks off, so you got me today. How's everything with you?
Everything's good, yeah. Hopefully Martin's enjoying himself.
I think he said he's going to do some decorating. He's really pushing the boat out because there's not much else he can do, I don't think, bless him.
Wow, that is exotic.
So we've got about just under 2 minutes left on this song, and I will come back with you shortly.
All right, great.
Cheers, thank you. Radio Derby. Joining me now to talk all things YouTube is Aidan. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi Jen, yep, good to be here.
You've been keeping busy with YouTube. You got some recommendations for us of things that people can watch, because I'm really indecisive. I will end up just scrolling or watching the same old things over and over again. So you've picked 3 for us. The first one that we've got involves a Meghan Markle lookalike. So let's hear a clip of this one.
In this episode of the Zach and Jay Show, we hire a Meghan Markle lookalike, take her to Lidl, take some photos before everything goes wrong.
So with a Meghan Markle lookalike, it can either go one of 2 ways. You're either going to get somebody that looks really convincing, or you'll look like a lookalike that you've ordered off Wish. So how did this one go, Aidan?
Not quite to plan. I mean, Zach and Jay, they've had a lot of ambitious ideas in the past, and they've generally been fairly successful. This one, not so much. They had this idea to take Meghan Markle lookalike to Lidl and take some photos of her being a normal person to prove to the press that she is in fact not this freak who needs to be exploited and called out for every single minute thing that she does.
And so it didn't quite go to plan, though, from the sound of it.
Yeah, the press didn't really buy it or pick up on it. They used Reddit, and it gathered some attention, but people were pretty on it as far as that's not Meghan Markle.
I think a lot of the press, though, they are very careful and very cautious because of pranks and things now, that maybe they are wary of being caught out. So the filter is a little higher than before, or like doing these extra checks. And particularly because there had been so many complaints after Piers Morgan's comments about Meghan, maybe a lot of people are being sensitive around it. So that was your first choice there. That was Zach and Jay. The second one is Beeple Explains, all about an NFT, so a non-fungible token. Here is a clip of that.
Crypto art, think of it just as like proof of ownership of like a piece of artwork. The blockchain, the reason Bitcoins have value is because you can't copy a Bitcoin. You can't just take one Bitcoin and like, okay, I took one, now I've got 2. Sweet, I just doubled my money. Like, that's not how Bitcoin works, so that's why Bitcoin has value. And so that's the same thing with this. You can prove that you own a piece of art, be it a JPEG, be it a MP4, be it a WAV file, whatever, and everybody else agrees.
So what do you think about this, Aidan? Do you think that NFTs are a good idea? Did you have any clue what they were before you watched this video?
I'd heard about them because Beeple, if people aren't aware, recently became one of the most valuable artists living in the world after he sold an NFT, which is basically just a JPEG image, on, I think, Christie's auctioning site for $69 million.
Wow.
Which is just completely
job.
bananas. I know. Although, I mean, it's not like it was a one-off thing that he just came upon randomly. He's an incredible visual effects artist who's been making a piece of visual effects art every single day for the past 13 years, I think.
Oh, wow.
So he's got 5,000 in total. And this piece that he sold for 69 million was sort of a collage of all 5,000 pieces in one go. Ooh. So it was a lot of work that went into it.
That's a lot of art. I mean, I have seen some of these. So the NFTs, the non-fungible token, it literally means it can't be transferred. It can't be given to somebody else. But there are some that people have kind of raised eyebrows about because, for example, there would be, is it like the Nyan cat, I never know how to say it, where it looked like a Pop-Tart cat with loads of rainbows behind it. Somebody sold an NFT of that. The musician Grimes, she started selling them. And even Kings of Leon, they became the first band to release an NFT album. And they're saying that it's a way of saving the music industry because they think that streaming has ruined it. So you would only get like 0.0001 of a penny for every stream, whereas they could sell an NFT or a special one for like £1,000 or £10,000 because, for example, they can guarantee that somebody will get a front row ticket to their concerts for the rest of their life, for example. So do you think it is a good idea, or do you think it is something that's just going to be a flash in the pan?
Well, it's a very new concept. Like, it's only just in the last few months become a reality. And because of Beeple's selling of 69 million, it's suddenly become headline news and everybody's talking about it. And I think because it's so new, it definitely has some flaws. Like, there are people who are stealing other people's art, listing it and taking the money instead. So I think once those issues are ironed out, I think NFTs have a huge amount of potential for so many different mediums.
And then your third and final choice, the title of it is saying a glitter bomb trap catches a phone scammer. So let's hear a clip of this one.
You've probably received a lot of spam calls. That sounds something like this.
This is Amazon.com. You have been charged $379.
Now, behind this harmless sounding call is a $20 billion scam industry. And today, we're gonna roll over that log and see what crawls out.
So in the end, did the scammer get their comeuppance? That's what I want to know.
Yes, they did. This is Mark Rober, who has a running history of sending these innocent-looking packages to the doors of porch pirates and scammers and ruining their day, basically, to get what they deserve for
glitter doesn't come out.
Money.
It'll be everywhere for a while if they're sending glitter absolutely everywhere.
And it's not just any old glitter. He uses like the most fine, annoying, biodegradable glitter on the market.
Evil genius, really. That's what that is, like sending that. So is the idea is that they open their front door and they think, oh, I've been sent like some exciting package. And then when they open it, oh no, it's glitter.
Yeah, it's an interesting spin on his original idea because originally he put it in like a HomePod box to make it look like it was a valuable piece of technology. And so porch pirates would come along, steal the package, and then get surprised by this spray of glitter and fart spray as well when they opened the package. This time, he sent the package instead of money to scammers who had scammed people out of money. So he intercepted the packages with the money, put this glitter bomb in place, and so they got their comeuppance when they thought they were getting the money.
Oh, because we have seen quite a few things in the press recently where some people have lost all their money, all of their life savings because of these sorts of scams. And you do almost wonder, perhaps because of lockdown and the pandemic and we're all having to do everything virtually, some people are becoming more vulnerable to it, it seems. And it's not just the older generation either. I saw a story the other week about there was a student that lost every penny she had because of like a text message scam that they received. So I assume of all the different ways of dealing with people and dealing with scammers like this, glitter is probably quite light compared to what some people would like to do to some of the scammers, I imagine.
Yes, it's fairly innocuous in the grand scheme of things, but as is explained in the video, they do get the authorities involved. They do track down sort of the supervisor of a lot of different individual scammers and track them down and get them sort of arrested. So they do a little bit more than just spray glitter on them, but that's not quite as entertaining as the glitter.
They definitely get their comeuppance in the end from the sound of it. That's what matters.
Yes, definitely.
Amazing. Well, you've given us a lot to think about. As I say, I'm usually the sort of person that will spend hours scrolling trying to settle on something, and there was a good mix there as well. I am entertained by the thought of Meghan Markle being in Lidl, I do have to admit.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept.
So if she was a convincing one, you can just imagine the other people in the shop being like, is that really? Is that? So maybe even if the press didn't pick it up, you do wonder if perhaps other people in the shop tried to take like a sneaky photo and whether or not that will appear somewhere at any point instead. But thank you so much for joining me this evening, Aidan, with your YouTube reviews. Stay safe. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week as well.
You too. Thanks for having me.
On BBC One.
Cheers, Aidan. That was great tonight, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Speak to you soon.
Wow, Jen is efficient. That's probably the fastest one I've ever done. So, hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks, Radio Derby, for having me once again. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.